was a hero that day. And it was like a big day for him. It changed, turning point in his life. But the point is, that thing that he experienced is aman, that Allah gives people from their raw'ah when Allah asks for it, you know. And that's an amazing thing to do if you experience that. It's very powerful. So that's what you're asking for there. And then Allahumma ahfadni min bayni yadayya wa min khalfi wa an yamini wa an shimali wa min fawqi wa a'udhu bi'azamika an ukhtar min tahti. So fawq and taht. Remember Shaitan, right, says, he swore لَقَدْعَنَّ لَهُمْ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ, I'm going to wait on this straight path. ثُمَّ لَأْتِيَنَّهُمْ مِنْ بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ وَعَنْ أَيْمَانِهِمْ وَعَنْ شَمَائِلِهِمْ وَلَا تَجِدَ أَكْثَرَهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. I'm going to come for them on their right, in front of them, behind them, on their left. So you're seeking refuge from Allah, you see, from all these places where shaitan can come from, and also where the adhab of Allah can come from, because it either comes from fawq or taht. Right? So you don't want these things. So it says, this is a complete, putting yourself in a complete state of protection in this dua. You're protecting yourself from, you're covering all corners, because Allah is muhitun bil ibad. Allah is encompassing His, Wallahu min wara'im muhit. Allah encompasses all of them. So asking protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَعُوذُ بِعَظَمَتِكَ أَنْ أُغْتَالَ مِنْ تَحْتِي. And I seek refuge in your majesty and your greatness, magnification, that I should be assassinated or killed, ghaylatan, like by trickery from under me, which is amazing. And you think about that. اللهم أنت خلقتني وأنت تهديني وأنت تطعمني وأنت تسقيني وأنت تميتني وأنت تحييني. Oh Allah, you feed me and you give me drink and you cause me to die and you bring me back to life. أصبحنا على فطرة الإسلام. We have come into the morning, and for the evening you would say Amsayna. But next week I'm going to do another one which is for the evening, which is different from this one. So, but if you want to do this in the evening, if you didn't do it in the morning and you do it in the evening, instead of Asbahna you just change it to Amsayna. Same place. وعلى كلمة الإخلاص, and on that pure word, لا إله إلا الله, وعلى دين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وسلم, and on the deen of our Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, وعلى ملة أبينا إبراهيم حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين, and on the millah of our father Ibrahim عليه السلام, the father of our Tawheed, our father Ibrahim عليه السلام, his millah, and he was a Hanif, inclining towards truth, a Muslim in submission, and he was not from the polytheists. Allahumma bika asbahna, O Allah, by you we have come into the morning, wa bika amsayna, and through you we come into the evening, wa bika nahya, and by you we live, wa bika namut, and by you we die, wa ilayka an-nushur, and to you is our gathering. And if you do that in the evening, then you say amsayna, and then asbahna, and you change it to wa ilayka al-masir. Right? In the evening, it's, you switch around, I'm saying, asbahna, wa ilayka al-masir, and to you is our end.
What about asbaha? You say asbaha, or you say wa'amsa?
No, you say, I'm saying now. First you say, if you did it in the evening, you say, Allahumma bika amsayna wa bika asbahna. You just reverse it. And then the next one, asbaha wa asbaha al-mulku, asbahna wa asbaha al-mulku lillah, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. We came into the morning, and the entire dominion came into the morning for Allah. And all praises to Allah, the Lord of the world. Allahumma inni as'aluka khayra hadha al-yawm. Oh Allah, I ask you for the good of this day. Fathahu, its opening, wa nasrahu, its victory, wa nurahu, its nur, wa barakatuhu, its blessing, wa hudahu, and the guidance in it. Allahumma inni as'aluka khayra hadha al-yawm wa khayra ma fihi wa a'udhu bika min sharri hadha al-yawm wa sharri ma fihi. And it might be in there, Allahumma na'udhu bika min khayri hadha al-yawm, اللهم إني أسألك خير هذا اليوم وخير ما قبله وخير ما بعده. Is that what it says in there? Huh? There's two different riwayah. One says خير ما قبله وخير ما بعده. Yeah, you're going to get, there's a few different transmissions of this. I think that one's different slightly from this one. So don't worry about it. They're all valid. They're just different narrations that come on these. And then, اللهم ما أصبح بي من نعمة أو بأحد من خلقك فمنك وحدك لا شريك لك فلك الحمد ولك الشكر على ذلك. Oh Allah, no blessing has come to me this morning or anyone from your creation except that it's from you alone. You have no partner, and to use the praise and gratitude for that. And then the Subhanallah wa bihamdihi 100 times, Subhanallah al-Azim wa bihamdihi 100 times, those all come from different hadiths. And you can do those if you have time, but what I would definitely recommend doing is the du'as. And if you do these for a little while, you'll memorize them. If you do them every day for a while, you'll just be able to memorize them. Because they're not hard. And you can learn a lot of Arabic through that for people that are studying Arabic as well. So those are all adhkar that are warid from the Prophet ﷺ, and I would encourage myself and all of you to do them every day. They're protection, and if you do them, you're putting yourself fi dhimmatillah. Those hadiths say, whoever does this, he's in فَهُوَ فِي dhimmatillah حَتَّى أَنْ يُصْبِحْ. If he did it in the evening. وَهُوَ فِي dhimmatillah حَتَّى أَنْ يُمْسِكْ. If he did it in the morning. He's in the protection of Allah. So it's a protective that you're creating. It's just a barrier of protection that you're creating in the unseen through these du'as that were given to us by the Messenger of Allah. And people now are in need of these things more than ever because there's shayateen everywhere. Really, if we could see the unseen world, I'm telling you, we'd all pass out because there's demons all over the place, right in this area we're in, really. And they're all whispering and doing all these things. They're everywhere. And what you're doing is you're creating a space around you that they see it, they have to back away. It's all in the unseen world, but they see it, they have to back away. And there's other people that don't have that. So they can break in and get in and do their damage. So don't consider this insignificant. This is really important to do because you want to have this protection. And I guarantee you, if you practice it, I know some of the people that I've already given this to, if you practice this, you will see the difference in your life. I guarantee you that. If you're consistent with this and do it, you will get to the point where you will feel horrible if you don't do it. You will not feel good. It'll be like, going out without brushing your teeth or combing your hair, or you won't feel good. And that's a blessing because you want to stay in dhikr and in protection from Allah. And first and foremost, we should do this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He told us to remember Him. But Sidi Ahmed Zarruq says, the fact that the Prophet has given us targhibat, these reasons to do it, that should also be an encouragement. But ultimately, we should do these as a way of remembering Allah and showing gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without even seeking the reward and the benefits that come from them. But there are rewards and benefits that come from them. And if you do them, you'll get them inshallah. So,
You said not to consider it significant. And one of the things I see a lot is that, this type of thing is, especially on the Muslim things, it is considered significant.
Muslims used to do these things all over. If you go, now, because the kuffar took us away from remembrance of Allah. That's what they did. Shaitan wants to make you forget Allah, and we're in bad shape. That's the point. We've lost our deen, right? People now are considered good Muslims if they're just clinging to the prayer. There was a time when, nobody could not do the prayer. It wasn't societally acceptable. It wasn't an option. Everybody did the prayer, So things have changed a lot. But I've been to places where people do these things every single day. The women, the children, people just do, this is part of their life. And You can still go to places like that, in the Yemen, in the Sudan, in the places where colonialism had the least impact, you will find these most practiced. I guarantee you. And the neuroses of this society is they don't leave time. Everybody's in a rush. They get up in the morning, they're in a rush. In Islam, the morning is a time of tranquility. It's sakina. You start your day with sakina, not with, oh my God, I'm late, I have to get up and rush in, jump in the shower, get out, go out, get the hair, run out of the thing. This is what they are doing. They're in this ajala. And this is the age of ajala. If there's one word that defines the modern world, al-ajalatu. And we know what the source of ajala is. Al-ajalatu min ash-shaytan. And the kuffar used to know that as well. They have fast food, fast computers, fast cars, fast airplanes, fast railway, right? Fast television, zappers you can do. Now even movies are fast. They're like, don't watch. But in the old times, really, in the 1930s and 40s, things were very slow. There was conversation, there was actually dialogue. And people would sit in a room, right? And there were films, some like one of Hitchcock's film, which was considered one of his best films, takes place in one room. And they just talk the whole film. What's that? Now, it's all MTV, right? You'd be trying dizzy. What happened? What? It's like they want people to watch it 5 or 6 times to kind of work out the plot or work out, and then they find there is no plot, and that's the whole point. They just wasted your time. So, it's all speed. Really, it's all speed, and that's what Shaitan's doing, just speeding everything up. Go faster, right? Faster. No, Pentium, it's not fast enough. Invent something faster. What? That only does 180 copies a minute? No, get it 200. Right? This way is an obsession, complete obsession, right? And that's shaitan. Haste is from shaitan. Haste is the devil's work. That's an old English proverb, right? Haste is the devil's work. So this is, take time with Allah. Be with Allah. Take time with Allah in the morning and in the evening. Just take some time, sit down, do your wudu, sit down and still your soul, literally, and do these things. And do them in a state of sakina, and you'll get the benefit from. And then you won't, you'll probably end up not being able to work for a computer company. So then you have another problem. I don't know what to tell you. This is the problem, right? They think I'm going to make everybody these darawish or something.
What you were speaking about earlier, what do the ulama say where it says,
there's difference of opinion about that verse. One valid interpretation is that you can enjoy a portion of the world. Another interpretation, which was a very traditional one, was don't forget what Allah has given you and use it for Allah's sake. La tansa nasibak min ad-dunya means don't forget what Allah, because it was revealed about Qarun, who was one of the richest of Bani Israel, but he was arrogant, so the point was, don't forget what Allah has given you. Use it for the sake of Allah. They were doing it as a mu'idha to him, to warn him. And I'm not saying, the dunya, we're not Puritans, and we're not, really. Christianity is that whole thing of deny the world, The Muslim Imam Malik radiallahu anhu, he wore the best clothes. He lived in a very nice house. He had the best perfume. He had the best horses. That was Imam Malik radiallahu anhu, and nobody faulted him for that. One man, complained he was a zahid, and Imam Malik said, everything I'm doing is acceptable. And so the Muslims traditionally were not people that denied themselves. In Allah, يُحِبُّ أَنْ يَرَى أَثَرَ النِّعْمَةِ عَلَى عَبْدِهِ. Allah loves to see traces of His ni'mah on His servant. So if Allah is giving you wealth, then Allah likes to see you, in a good state. And if Allah has, like Sheikh Khatri, one of the things about Sheikh Khatri, he's not a wealthy person. People who know where he lives, but he has izzah. And Sheikh Khatri, he wears good robes, right? The robes he wears, those robes he wears, those are the robes of rich people. The reason that he does that is not it's not like he cares about the robe. It's muru'ah. Because if you don't dress like that, people treat you low. And so the ulama actually said initially in the early part of Islam, they used to wear very rough clothes. And this is something the Sufiya took on, muraqqa'ah. And this is why when Sayyidina Umar went to Sham, Sayyidina Muawiyah was wearing a very excellent robe, a Shami robe. And it was all ornamented. And Umar got upset about him. And Sayyidina Uthman radiallahu anhu said, these are people, if you wear what we're used to wearing in the desert, they'll treat you like you're nothing. So what he was indicating there's a hikmah in that. Now Sayyidina Umar did take off his robe and put on a good robe, and then he was on a donkey, he got on a barzoon, and then when he got on it, he got off and he actually put it back on, his other robes. He refused to do it, and he just said, أعزنا الله بالإسلام وإذا طردنا العزة في غير الإسلام أذلنا الله. Allah gave us dignity in our Islam, not in all this outward trapping. And if we seek the izzah in other than that, Allah will humiliate us. So that, Umar, and interesting, when we went into Ayla, Jerusalem, in their books, they knew that the man, the victor who would open it up, had, I think, 73 patches on his robe. And they counted the robes on Sayyidina Umar, and he had 73, the number that was in their books. So, 72? 17? Maybe. I'm not sure. Just about the last thing, somebody asked me about dhikr in the group. There's a khilaf about dhikr in jama'ah. Imam Malik considered it to be a bid'ah makruha. In other words, it wasn't haram, but the thing that troubled him was that he did not have a nas that indicated that the Messenger of Allah or the Sahaba did it. Imam Shafi'i considered it to be permissible, and there was nadab in it, and he used the proofs from hadith that indicate that there was even though it doesn't, there's a weak hadith that the Prophet came in and there was a group doing dhikr and a group learning, and he sat with the people learning and he said, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ مُعَلِّمًا, I was sent a teacher. But he didn't make inkar out of the other group. Because of the weakness of that hadith, it's hard to get a hukm on it. But there is another absolutely sound hadith which says that Allah has malaika sayyara, traveling angels, that look for hilaq al-dhikr. يَلْتَمِسُونَ hilaq al-dhikr. They're looking for the circles of dhikr. And when they come upon them, they descend on them, and then when they go back to Allah, Allah asks them, how did you find my servants? And then the hadith says, وَاللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِهِمْ مِنْهُمْ. Allah knows better. This is to teach us. And they said, وَجَدْنَاهُمْ يُسَبِّحُونَكَ وَيُهَلِّلُونَكَ وَيَحْمَدُونَكَ. We found them saying, Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, Alhamdulillah. And it says that they were in a halaqah. Now, some of the ulama say it's permissible to come together, but not to do it on one voice. Right? Because the hadith does not indicate that there was one voice. Other of the ulama said, there's no prohibition of doing it on one voice. وَأَصْلَ الْأَشْيَاءِ الْإِبَاحَةِ, and dhikr is permissible, and so they don't see that there should be any prohibition, because there are definitely hadiths that indicate that they did say things together, like takbir and things like that. So you're going to get khilafi issues. The majority of the scholars, particularly the later scholars, permitted it. The Muwahhidun actually encouraged it in Morocco, and they actually encouraged reading the Quran from one voice together, and they created a sunnah in Morocco that continues on to this day, which was having the Quran completed every month in the masajid of Morocco. And they do that to this day. And the Muwahhidun started that. And the reason they did is because they said people have stopped reading the Quran, and if we have a hizb in the masjid, then there will be many people that will read it just because it's there and it's a good thing to do. So it's like encouraging them to do it. And so they said it was better that people read and do khatam of the Quran than that they don't read it. Ibn al-Hajj disagreed with them in his madkhal and said it's still a Prophet he liked to hear poetry. And he did tell people to recite. And this is many hadith sahih. And he used to listen to it and he'd say, let's hear some more. And they used to sing their poetry, the Alhan al-Arab. They used to sing it in things. So anashid, like in Palestine, Syria, they have, and in Morocco, they have ways of singing poems about Allah, about the Messenger of Allah, things like that. That's permissible. And that is a type of entertainment even that would definitely be permissible. Because it's very beautiful to listen to. You know, if it's done well and they have good voices. That is, you know, people should listen to that and not listen to music and things like that. Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't have one. But I just gave you one pretty much. So it's on tape. It would need to be worked on because I did that just